The summer wind came blowing across the sea, and it lingered there to touch your hair and to walk with me. Oh, summer, we sang a song and strode the golden sand. Too sweet her sound, little summer wind. And the other wind, the well wind, and they come and go. Still the day, the wind is low. Gatherings of the tears of eyes through things that never end. My old faithful friend, little summer wind, blowing all the sand of the ranch. Oh, that summer wind took me walk down the Vernon. Just so hot in Johnny's worldwide. The love between the two of us was dying, and it got so bad I knew I had to leave. And I went down that highway when I turned around and I saw my little daughter running to me, crying.
Daddy, don't you walk so fast? Daddy, don't you walk so fast?
Daddy, stay on your son, 'cause your baby is Daddy, don't you walk so fast. If I went for the sake of my sweet Georgia, I just had to turn back home right there and then, and try and start a new life with the mother of my child. I couldn't bear to hear those words you give. She cried and said, songs are together. This is this has been a hit about every 4 years. No, every 10 years. Yeah, starting with my record, and then Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's been featured in over 22 different motion pictures. Here we go. Down get shame, down get shame. Walks down what was made. I can see hearts come on a tree. Letters and a twine for all time. You live right, that was right. Down get shame, down get shame. I wonder there you are. There we go. Oh, that's every ways. Step the memory stage. Always my heart says down get shame, down get shame. Happy today, down get shame. You got it. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I have introduced this orchestra a couple of times before, but bear with me, there's a method to my madness. All right, I want you to meet just the people who travel with me, okay? Because at home in Las Vegas, we have approximately 28 musicians. It would be impossible to travel with that many people. And so I bring a core group that travels with me wherever I go. And I would love to have them stand up and take a bow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wayne Newton aggregation. There they are. And of course, having been to Oregon as many times as I have over the years, I am well aware that you have a well of talent in this great state that we could draw from to augment our orchestra, which is exactly what we did. We reached into your communities and we picked out some of the finest, most cooperative, talented people we have ever had the pleasure of working with, and you have great reason to be proud of them because they're your own. Would you give a big round of applause and thank you to your people? Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to bring out that screen there again for me, because this is something I want to share with you. You know, life is truly mountains and valleys. I don't have to tell you that. And it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up that counts. I had the pleasure, I think this was around 1983, I had the pleasure of being asked to do a show, okay, for a dear, dear friend of mine. And I was thrilled to have been asked. It turned into an absolute nightmare. And in fact, I thought it was going to ruin my career forever. Instead of me trying to explain it to you, I would rather have you see it through the eyes of the news media that covered it.
Wayne Newton was personally close to President and Nancy Reagan and was welcomed at the White House in the 1980s. But in 1983, he was unexpectedly thrust into the middle of a political storm. When the National Parks Commission invited Newton to perform at the 4th of July celebration on the Mall in Washington, D.C., he accepted with pride. The Beach Boys had performed for the last 3 years, but conservative and controversial Interior Secretary James Watt wanted to make a political point. He declared rock bands attracted the wrong element, and that Wayne Newton was more American.
Watt's prescription for celebrating the 4th this year: patriotism, wholesomeness, and the king of Las Vegas, Wayne Newton.
Can Wayne Newton do what the rock stars did and bring 500,000 fans to the fireworks? Or is Watt now on the spot?
Suddenly, the Wayne Newton flap was all over the news, and the whole country was taking sides. Liberal versus conservative, the Beach Boys versus Wayne Newton.
I've just called in Ambassador Phil Habib to settle the Jim Watt Beach Boy controversy.
And Newton faced a very public test of his popularity.
4th of July celebrations are underway all over the country this weekend, but the most attention is being reserved for the one here in Washington tomorrow. Betting is going on all over town as to whether he will draw as many people as the Beach Boys.
That afternoon, Wayne turned on his television and saw thin crowds gathering on the mall. And they were all soaking wet. A torrential rainstorm threatened to cancel the concert.
I'm praying that it continues to rain, because I thought that's the only thing that can save me.
Despite the downpour, in the time it took Wayne to get to the mall, more than 300,000 people had shown up, putting the lie to all those predictions.
And I said, just keep the faith. And I went out on stage and I said to the crowd, the show will go on. And if you're willing to stay, I'm more than ready and willing and able to do the show. Well, the place went up for grabs, and the bolt of lightning went through the place. And I went back to the trailer, and we waited. It couldn't have been 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And the PR lady came running in, and she said, there is a rainbow over the Washington Monument.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for being here, and we're going to do our damnedest to give you the best show that we're capable of giving you. Oh dear.